Okay, well, welcome to Storytime with Santa and Mrs. Claus. We're really excited you came. You know, we've all been talking about how hard it is to find out what we're going to do with our lives. You know, as university students, you think, how are we going to get from here to there? We sometimes wonder, what skills do I have? How does my major go together? So I like to think of myself as a Venn diagram. I'm me in the middle. And then I've got these different skills. I've got these different hobbies. I've got different personality things. That's who I am in the middle, is who's employable. But I started reflecting on that and realized, wait a minute, that's not new. Santa here has been doing that his whole life. That's how he got to be so wonderful. He has job security. I know, dear, you know. But, you know, Santa has job security, and we know what Santa does, and he has an identity of what he gives to the world. So I'm going to read to you today how Santa got his job. So How Santa Got His Job by Stephen Krensky. So when Santa was a young man, he went out looking for a job. Santa wanted no part of desks or offices. He liked to stay on the move. He was an active fellow. His first job was cleaning chimneys. Santa was sure-footed on steep roofs, and he loved twisting into tight spaces. But there was a problem. Santa was so neat that he never got covered in soot. Never made the fireplace messy. So nobody believed him. There was no data. Right? Nobody believed him. They couldn't see what he had done. Where's the proof, some would say. You're not even dirty, said others. That led to a lot of arguments. Santa didn't stay as a chimney sweep long. Next, he worked at the post office, where everyone could see him doing his job. Santa's favorite part was bringing packages to the people all over town. Waiting in traffic, though, was frustrating. It was silly to waste all this time, he decided. I need to speed up the process. I need to make delivering, in the middle of the night would be way more efficient. I don't have all of the... He was an innovator, right? He had innovative thoughts. But then there was a problem. No one was glad to see him in the middle of the night. The postmaster got so many complaints that they had to make Santa leave. Not everyone loves innovation, So he stopped to think. I'm good at late at night. Where can I get a job late at night? He tried cooking in an all-night diner. It felt good to fill orders for the customers. Sometimes Santa even surprised people with extra helpings. Oh, I couldn't eat another bite, many of them would insist. Maybe just one. Every night, Santa tasted and sampled and tasted some more before he brought out anything from the kitchen. So he decided, I've got to remain active, get a new job. Hoping to get some more exercise, Santa then found a job at the zoo. He was very organized about all the animals. He knew exactly when they were sleeping. He knew when they were awake. He knew when they were behaving themselves and when they weren't. He had intuition. But then there was a problem. Santa became close friends with the reindeer, and all the other animals got jealous. And sadly, the zookeeper had to let him go. By now, Santa was starting to get discouraged and a bit depressed. What am I good at? But what he didn't notice is that the reindeer were jumping over the fence from the zoo. And you can see they're his friends. They're jumping over the fence to come with him. They'll support him. They worked hard to cheer him up. He had a good support network. Together they joined the circus, the reindeer and Santa. Some of the reindeer were soon shooting Santa out of a cannon. 3 times a night. There he'd go. Santa was flying through the air, and he was wearing a red costume so the audience could see him. It was a big success. But there was a problem. The ringmaster wanted to build up suspense. You need to look frightened, he told Santa. We want the crowd to worry about you. But Santa was having too much fun for that. He would say, ho, 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 as he flew through the air. So the crowd wasn't worried about him. And Santa wasn't following the corporate message. No. The ringmaster fired Santa and the reindeer. As they gathered their things, some of the elves came looking for autographs. When they heard the news, they invited Santa and the reindeer for supper. Now, the elves lived way out of town. Probably a cost of living thing, right? They were toy makers, and their house was their workshop. They worked from home. Santa was amazed. "Children must love these toys," he said. The elves looked embarrassed. "We only made toys for our own pleasure. Selling them would be too much trouble." Santa says, "What if we just give them away?" Social conscience. Santa has. The elves hadn't thought of that before. "I could deliver them for you. I have experience." Santa offered. There were, enough toys in this workshop for the children all around the world. The elves smiled and hired Santa right away.
Very exciting.
I know.
I had a job.
You got a job.
Yeah.
The elves made Santa a special sack that was always just big enough for all the toys, no matter how many toys you put in it. Then they built him a sleigh. The polar bears offered to pull it. They were very strong, and they whipped Santa across the snow and nothing flat. So you can see the lovely polar bears whipping him across. But there was a problem. The polar bears hit the water and they sink. This was the biggest problem yet. To Santa's surprise, this problem could be solved if we put our heads together, really think. So Santa and the reindeer started practicing every day. They made a few mistakes at first, but they soon learned to work as a team. They weren't afraid of risk. In the darkest part of the night, when people need their spirits lifted the most, Santa got ready to go. As the elves said goodbye, they gave Santa an emergency kit. It held a compass, some ski goggles, some cough drops, and other things. Santa thanked him very much. All his jobs had taught him one good thing for sure. You always need to be prepared. Then Santa and the reindeer took off. That first night was a little hard because Santa was still learning about shortcuts and high winds. But at last he got the hang of it. He didn't give up. Ever since then, the elves had made toys all year, and Santa gave them away one night of the year. He loves his job as much as ever, and he's getting pretty good at it. Over the years, still, he always keeps his emergency kit close by because there's no job that is perfect.
Ho, ho, ho.
So really the lesson is you got to take all those talents and all those skills and all your failures and you add them up to be successful like Santa.
Lovely, honey.
Oh, I know.
Awesome.